As somebody who just started learning about the drama surrounding the brand new Superman movie, today I wanted to react to a video by Moist Critical Penguin Zero. Superman drama is getting crazy. And the reason that I wanted to react to this video is because I started watching this video on my own, and then I kind of stopped myself because at the time of him publishing this video and me recording this video, both of us have not seen this and have somewhat of an understanding of the Superman drama. So I feel like it'd make for an interesting conversation, and then we could touch upon that, expanding with everything else that's going on. And then after actually seeing the movie, we're going to be talking about all of that today. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. So I did watch a little bit of this, and let's continue on.
I had no idea how controversial the Superman movie was. Apparently, a lot of people have had early screenings for this film, so a lot of people have seen it.
Dude, and there has been a big hate campaign for it. And I might as well give my thoughts on this before we expand on this. I think it might be a combination of like, okay, you know what? It might actually be a bad movie. I'm open to that opinion, okay? And it's very important to note, like, with James Gunn, you get a little bit touchy with political opinions. I also believe it could be people just wanting to, hate something that James Gunn does no matter what. There's also a lot of people who really love what Snyder does and wants everything else to fail after that. But I am also open to the idea of it actually being a bad movie, okay?
That doesn't exist here. That's a fairy tale in Tampa. The closest thing you get to an early movie screening in Tampa is if you overdose on NyQuil and imagine it when you fall asleep.
Yeah, that's over here too. I don't know how often people get the pre-screenings over in Canada, but where I am, you're not going to get anything like that, man.
So I haven't seen it yet. It doesn't come out till tomorrow here. But reviews are pouring in, and it has led to an absolute battlefield. It is a war zone out there right now. Mangled corpses littering the streets about people that like the movie, dislike the movie, and you'd think that'd be it, but it's not. Then there's also a set of people that haven't seen the movie, won't see the movie, but hate anyone that does see it. And
That's true too, man. That is completely true. There is a huge number of people that do that, and I can't believe it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it that hard to give things a chance? Apologies for the quick jump cut, everybody. Well, earlier in the day when I was recording this, my baby ended up waking up from a nap, so now it's the evening, and I'm continuing the recording.
The Toons faction I knew was already playing in this game of chess was the Snyder cult. The Snyder fighters had made it clear from the very first trailer that this would be like their pariah. This was going to be the Antichrist to them because it is James Gunn with this Superman movie.
Now, I understand, like, being upset that somebody else is taking the lead role, especially, like, if you've liked someone's work for so long. I completely understand that. But what I do not understand is people making this their entire identity and people just attacking someone else's brand new work. Like, I don't understand how you could possibly do that. Just say you missed the Snyder Cut. If you don't want to even give the James Gunn movie a chance, that's fine. But people are getting so aggressive about it.
Instead of Zack Snyder.
And at the end of the day, it's a movie. It is a movie. I have a Fortnite channel. Something that we talk about all of the time is how, like, bent out of shape people end up getting when it comes to, like, an update in a video game. I'm like, dude, this is a video game. I can't believe that you're getting so bent out of shape about this. The same deal with movies, man.
And for some reason, Zack Snyder has cultivated this fan base that will literally gobble his meat on absolutely everything, even things he is not attached to. It's not like he was considered for a new Superman movie, but they have deluded themselves into thinking that this was a big betrayal of Zack Snyder by giving it to James Gunn, even though I
don't even know if that's the case. It's just a lot of people who are fans of Snyder and just want to see the work behind Superman continue in that area. But again, it's no reason for people to get so upset about it.
DCU had completely flopped, failed, floundered, and just was a complete fuck-up. They have believed, since the inception of this project, that it needs to fail so that way they can bring back Zack Snyder. I don't know why they think that's going to happen.
I don't think a lot of people think that's going to happen. Some people think that's going to happen, but I more so think that it's just like, I want Snyder back, and I hate this new thing. I think it's more that. I don't think they legitimately believe that if, like, James Gunn and his movie fails, then Snyder's going to end up coming back.
Even if the movie made $5, I don't think the next course of action would be, okay, we've got to try this again. Let's get Zack Snyder on the horn. Like, that would not be where they'd ever go. That thought process doesn't even make sense. Why would they do the same song and dance that didn't make them a ton of money the first time around?
Yeah, that's a good point, too. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's not like he's like this giant money maker. Well, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I haven't seen a lot of what Snyder did, but man, like obviously with the name that he has and with how passionate people are, he's fantastic at what he does. But it's not, yeah, it's not like they that's the first thing that the people behind Superman are gonna want to do.
But regardless, the Snyder writers have held on to this belief, and now that the film is here, anyone that is giving a positive review of it, they are labeling a paid shill. I'm not going to just bring up tons and tons of tweets and Reddit posts about it, but
I've seen a lot of that as well. That's definitely happening. You're not allowed to like something. It goes back to the same thing, man. And I know that it's just people who are chronically online, but there's a lot of people there's enough people who are chronically online and miserable that it makes a difference online, right? If you say I like Superman, and I haven't watched the movie yet, but I guarantee you, if I make a movie talking about how great Superman was, if I ended up enjoying it, there's gonna be people talking about how, oh my god, you must be paid to say that.
We'll just show you this one where they believe that the only honest reviews are the ones that don't like the film. Anyone that likes the film is dishonest and purchased by Warner Bros. James Gunn is actually lining all of these critics' pockets, and not just critics. Any human being on the planet that likes this film must have been paid for it.
And it's important to note, man, like this is a small minority of people in the grand scheme of things on the internet, but it's enough people to make a dent in like the movie culture and kind of ruin the discourse of a fandom.
This reply actually had me giggling, so I'll show you this one. Your friends in China, like the rest of the world, other than your paid up shills, are expecting this guy as Superman, not your cheap parody.
And you know what? He wrote that too, thinking like, yeah, that's right. I ate. I want to know what their life is like behind the scenes, man. It's just a movie.
There is no world where they believe anyone who likes this film just happened to like it. The only way you like it is if you are a brainwashed drone who's been paid for. It's a scary mentality to have. Now, this might be a hot take, but I also think a lot of what gets reported as Snyder cult activity is actually a psyop. I think that this has become such a well-known, like, spittoon for people to make fun of the huge Snyder enthusiasts that do definitely go off the rails.
There's definitely a lot of them, but again, it's important to note that in the grand scheme of things, it is a very small amount of people.
They oftentimes get hijacked by people just trying to make them look even worse. So,
nah, I don't think that. Like, I mean, like, I'm sure there's some bad actors over there, but it takes a special kind of person to be one of those people constantly hating on anybody that likes a movie, but it also takes an even more special kind of person to be the type of guy to infiltrate those people and make them look worse.
Like, I saw a lot of posts about how Snyder fans were going to make their voices heard by going and protesting at every theater to try and shut down premieres of the Superman film. I don't think that was actually a genuine effort from Snyder fans to do that.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy people out there. There's a lot of chronically online idiots out there with nothing better going on in their lives. I would not be shocked if that was real.
I think that was people just making fun of them and trying to get even more shit piled on top of them.
That's possible, though.
Could be wrong, but in this case, I don't think I am. There is a lot from the Snyder-siders that they do actually do, like in terms of this movie in particular. Like how
I keep thinking that he's saying Spider Riders. It's like I keep thinking Snyder Riders.
Everyone must be a paid shill because they liked it. The only real reviews are the ones that hate it. That kind of thing. We have to make sure this movie fails. That is all stuff they are doing. But when it comes to this like over-the-top shit about how they're going to go, you know, tooth and nail, boots on the ground to the theaters to try and stop this film from even playing, that I just don't think they are actually trying to do. I don't think
anyone will actually have the balls to do it, but the mentality might actually be there. Because, guys, again, there are a lot of people who have very, very, very miserable existences nowadays, and a lot of those people are on the internet. And like I said, it was in the grand scheme of things, while that is a small number of people, the internet allows for these weirdos to kind of get together.
Snyder-siders are doing anything like that. Now, as I mentioned when I was covering the Superman drama where James Gunn removed a scene of a villain being evil, I
heard about
that I had recently rewatched Man of Steel and liked it far more this time around than I did when it came out.
I've never rewatched it. I just watched Man of Steel the first time that it ended up coming out, and I've never been a big Superman fan, guys. I've never really found that hero interesting. I've never found the story interesting, and it's not for me personally, okay? So I have not rewatched it, but I do not agree saying like that it's a good movie.
Like
Or I mean, it's a well done movie. It's just not for me.
actually do think Man of Steel is solid, aside from the goofiest death in comic book history with Clark Kent's father and how that goes down. But we don't need to we don't need to fuck that fleshlight for the millionth time.
Wow.
But point is, I ended up liking Man of Steel a lot more this time. But going into Superman, I'm also hoping this movie is good too. I'm not going.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you go to the movies hoping for a pleasant time at the movie theater? Who goes to movies hoping for the worst thing? And there's a lot of people that'll definitely do that, man. They're going to be going into Superman. They're going to be, hey, this movie's going to be so bad. And then they're, even no matter how good it is, they're going to twist themselves and have such a negative attitude that they're going to just make themselves hate it the entire time. I can't understand living life like that, man.
Going into the cinema hoping that this shit is poop. I just don't care that much. I hope it's good. If it's bad, is what it is. Like, I'll be honest about it.
That's the normal way to approach life. It's a movie at the end of the day, and people get so like obsessed with these types of things.
I don't really understand. Like, I find it very sad how people's whole personality and like their mental health seems to rely on this movie not doing well. It's so like really upsetting to even see that someone would be in that state of mind. That means
I've always, that's tough because at the end of the day, it is sad. I don't have the same compassion that people like Moist Critical have for those people. Like, if you have a bunch of people who are so miserable, and you know the old saying, right? Misery loves company. If you have somebody that's so miserable and so sad, but at the same time, they're actively trying to ruin experiences for other people, I don't feel bad for them. I don't go, oh my God, the poor thing must have some mental health struggles. No, I go, you know what? Like, excuse my language, fuck these guys.
mentality is just concerning. It's not that big of a deal. If you love Zack Snyder's films, all power to you. But to be this pathetic about it, where anyone who likes it, you hate, and they must be a paid shill, that's rough.
The thing is, it's not even just with movies. It's not even just this one community with Zack Snyder. This is just people who are chronically online in general. Like I said, I come from the Fortnite community, man. I have a MMA channel as well. You kind of see the same types of things where people are like, oh my God, you're not a fan of the same fighter that I am? Well, I hate you. Same thing. You don't like the same Fortnite season as me? I hate you. And there's people that actually walk through life like that. That's beyond me. It's insane.
But it's not just the Snyder side of things, the Snyder-siders. There is another gladiator in this Coliseum, and it's people that think that you have to like this movie or you're morally wrong for it. They're propping this film up as if, like, you're on the wrong side of history if you don't like it. So
I personally haven't seen any of that. I've seen a lot of people just like, hate rating this.
if there's anyone that dislikes it, they are labeling them as, like, bad people. Which is really weird because it's just a fucking movie that at the end of the day, sole purpose is to make a lot of money. I don't really know why it's at this point now where people champion it as like, this is the ethical perspective you have to have. You have to appreciate this film, you have to like it, or you are wrong for it.
Again, I don't know anything about that opinion. Maybe I just need to watch the movie. But then again, he said he didn't watch the movie, right? So I don't know what ethical opinion he's talking about when it comes to Superman. What could it be about Superman?
Just find that to be odd as well. So to attach like an ethical perspective on it, like, well, I see you didn't like the Superman film. I'm sorry to say, but I just can't respect you anymore. You are clearly a ne'er-do-well and a scoundrel, and to that I say good day.
Add a little obscenities to that as well, but that's what people are actually like. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's not shocking to me at this point, which is sad.
I want nothing more to do with you for this take. It's so odd to me, because it is just a movie that is there to make $1 billion. Like, that feels like the entire goal of the Superman movie, because so much is hinging on this for the new James Gunn DC universe.
Yeah, but it's the character. It's the character. You have to do justice to the character. That's not the reason they're making the movie. They're making the movie for entertainment and to do justice to the character.
Like, I don't think you're a bad person if you dislike the film. I haven't seen it yet. I know this is brave, but I don't think you're a piece of shit if you end up not liking the Superman film. And an extension of that belief is that anyone that dislikes the Superman film must be a Snyder cult member. which just isn't true. There's going to be plenty of people that don't like the Superman movie that also didn't like Snyder's version of him either.
Yeah, that's totally true. But again, that's another argument that I haven't really seen. The only thing that I've seen online kind of taking over is the first topic that he was talking about with the actual Snyder fans.
It's just, I don't understand why this film in particular is so incendiary. It is, like, it blows my mind. And another one that's just popped up here in the Thunderdome is about how woke Superman is. Apparently about, like, immigration or something.
I thought I heard the opposite. I thought I heard a bunch of people over on the left getting a little bit upset about something about Superman, but I know that there's also a lot of people on the left that are upset about James Gunn. The only thing I'm familiar with James Gunn is that people are upset about some jokes that he made back in the day, and there's a recent clip that came out from him where it seems like he misspoke, but that's really the only thing that I've seen. I've seen people on the left getting mad at James Gunn, and of course, if you're somebody on the left who is mad at James Gunn, you have to be upset at James Gunn's movie too, and I understand, like, the snowball effect that happens there, but I haven't seen people, like, calling Superman woke.
I haven't dove too deep into this talking point here. It's a little new as of me making this video, but that's another one that's popped up, is like, fucking Superman's out here lecturing us on immigration. They've completely ruined Superman. It's all about immigration now because he's an immigrant. It's so fucking woke. It's complete.
I'd have to see the movie, man. And it wouldn't shock me, but like that type of stuff is intertwined into all of our movies now, and I'm a little bit numb to it, to be honest.
Pandemonium here surrounding this film. Now, this is going to be quite the brain buster, but just stick with me for a second. I think, based on all these early reviews from the critics and the audience that's been able to see the early screenings, I think I can say with a high level of confidence, not every single person was paid to like it. I know. Just hold on.
Isn't it crazy that he has to, like, present it this way? There are that many people out there that are freaking out about this whole thing where he's like, oh my God, not everybody was paid, you know? Just think about that for a second. This is the state of the world that we're living in.
Hold on. Latch onto my bosom for a moment. I think it is an absolutely delusional, almost gang-stalking level perspective to have that anyone that likes this movie had to have been paid to enjoy it. That's ridiculous. The normal fucking family on summer break going to see an early screening of Superman and walking away pleased was not on James Gunn's payroll to enjoy it and maybe say something nice on Twitter about it.
And the thing about this too is most of the world who's going to go see this movie don't know any of the discourse that's happening online. They just say, oh, Superman movie, and they go to the Superman movie.
People tweet their every thought every second of their day. So if they watched Superman and liked it, they probably just decided to make a tweet immediately upon getting into the car.
Yeah, but that's inherently problematic. Okay?
That's not crazy to imagine. What is crazy to imagine is that anyone that liked it had to have been paid for it or had been, like, mass hypnotized by James Gunn to it.
It's so bad to the point. Like, I don't understand why we give this type of stuff attention, but here we are. We're talking about it. I'm talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. It's just, I wish that we could just ignore these people so they could, like, you know, be angry by themselves. The problem is, like, too many stupid people have phones now. And, you know, I would never suggest such a thing, but one would suggest a little bit of an IQ test needs to be put in place. And I know before you come down a little below, like it's a little bit of a stretch, but you get the general idea.
Enjoy it. And that the only truth tellers are the ones that didn't like it. That is an unhinged perspective, that the only, like, true, honest perspective is that the movie sucks. And it's a movie you haven't even seen yet. You've just made up your mind that it has to be bad because you want it to be bad. Now, there is a chance it is bad. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'll know tomorrow if it is good or bad in my eyes. But
and at the end of the day, it's a movie, and it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. People are basing their entire identities off of this type of thing.
Anyway, I just wanted to yap about this a little bit, just kind of blabber about how surprised I am to see the major, like, drama around this movie.
You know, I'm not surprised at all, especially when it comes to something like James Gunn. James Gunn also has, like, a ton of haters, and I don't know much about James Gunn, so I'm not going to comment on that. Perhaps it's a conversation for another time, but I do plan on touching on this again, but in the meantime, I do not have any other videos on Superman, so why don't you check out this video on screen right now. YouTube thinks you'll like it the best. We talk about all things movies, TV shows on this channel. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Take care, everybody.